So, I just finished watching, well, not even watching, just videos on antimatter. And if you don't know, antimatter is essentially something that is the complete opposite of matter, and when it touches it, will cancel it out. Usually with a nice significant pow. So that's all in good, yeah, and that stuff's floating around us all the time in small particles. Despite the fact the video clearly stated that matter outnumbered antimatter, so by that logic, shouldn't there be none left? Or is it like repopulating? I don't know. But anyway, you go down through the comment section, and all you get on a science video like that is the creationist versus the evolutionist. The problem with it is, it's ironic how similar both of their philosophies are. We have this preconceived notion that something that doesn't exist can never give rise to something that does in our modern society. But the old religions, the old paths, the old spiritualities all seem to claim the same thing, and that was that there was a chaotic level of reality far beneath us that gave rise to this level. The ancient Greeks called it chaos, and it was a god as well as reality itself, at least from what I've come to understand of it. Now, the problem with the debate between the creationists and the evolutionists is quite simple. They're taking out a lot of pent-up hatred over a lot of years. Science was held back by religion, more specifically Christianity, for well over a millennium. It's a personal stakes game of I'm better than you, and no matter how they put it, that's what it's going to be. So the problem with the debate isn't so much the validity of the debate, nor is it the problem of answering the question posed by both. The question posed by both is identical, yet no one ever calls this out. The question posed by both is, from the creation's point of view, where did the matter come from? Where did the antimatter come from? And when it comes down to it, the only real answer that the scientific community has is, I don't know. And science poses the same question to them. And the only real answer they can come up with is he's eternal and created himself. Kind of in the same fashion that the scientists say that the antimatter is eternal and it created itself. Yet if you look at the older philosophies, they had this figured out long before you guys ever did. And I gotta tell you, it's so sad that you discount them as just fairy tales right now. Because they have a far deeper understanding of how the universe actually came to be than what we probably do. The thing about it is, chaos being a god, and the essence of matter itself, and giving birth to cosmological forces like time, darkness, light, cosmological events, is literally like retelling the shaping of the universe itself. And whether you choose to believe that or not, you can compare the order in which things came about in such a way as to see that it's almost like the concepts or the definitions of what would become our reality were being based in that creation myth. Things that would be needed as building blocks for us to perceive our reality. Chaos gives birth to the primordial gods, essentially releasing cosmological forces, night and day, time. When you get to the lesser gods, gods closer to Earth and having more direct involvement with Earth all the time, you get into gods that are more specifically designed of elements. And with the older religions, the elemental gods were the original gods. That was what everyone worshipped. They seen the elements as the gods themselves. Which isn't that dissimilar from seeing chaos as the universe as a god. The problem is, what if you're both right. Because clearly you both believe something can be created from nothing. And chaos is a definition of a kind of quasi-existence of nothing. So, what if you're both right? That would be a conundrum because you two clearly hate each other. If this were high school, I'd tell religion and science to get a room and make out already. So for God's sakes, you sure as hell got the hots for each other. You see, I had a friend once, and he said this very interesting thing, and that was, once upon a time, there was a caveman beating on a drum, and he looked up and said, why? Why are we here? And we've been trying to answer that question ever since. The problem with the question is the question itself. It's the wrong question to be asking about why. Why we're here is the wrong question to ask. The question we have to ask is, what do we do now? Now that we're here, given that there's so many things we cannot prove, see, taste, or touch, what do we do with the lives we were given? And in our search to find out why we are here, how we got here, we have come so far only as a result of the burden of that question, without ever wondering what we should do while we're here. And for scientists and Christians alike, I will tell you this. Pick up a Bible and read Ecclesiastes. Read the whole damn thing. It's perhaps the one book everyone should read on earth. And I don't care what religion you are or what your faith is. Everyone should read it. It was written by Solomon. He was considered the wisest king in Jewish lore. Wise usually means smart, right? And he said life is meaningless, so laugh it away with your wife or your husband or whatever. Essentially, we can't answer the question. Stop trying and enjoy what you have. And that's from the Bible, so that will give you scientists something to think about. It's the most atheistic book in the Bible, so I suggest you read it. And I'm sick of seeing the atypical, boring answers. It's all a matter of God created us or there is no God. Make your answers more interesting. Because if you're boring, from what I hear, God kills you. So you must never be boring. Doctor Who quote. Doctor Who quote. Anyway, I'm out. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like that one. Start a hate war in the comment section, I'll probably get involved.